Hi guys, this isn't my normal video, but I think it's best I talk about this and give a proper explanation of my behavior online.
So, some of you know that in the past I wasn't the nicest person. I'm definitely working on myself, but this is to address it and what I'm going to be doing moving forward. For people who are relatively new here, I used to be a really rude person, and I would start fights for no reason. My political views were terrible, and I was extremely religious. And while I didn't push it on people, I used it as an excuse for my actions. I want to explain and apologize for everything. First of all, I'll explain why I acted like this. Ever since I was born, my parents have been non-stop fighting for custody over me and my sister. This would mean we would go to court constantly and they would always fight. My mother is a sensitive topic, let's say, but my dad despises her. And with that, he constantly talks about how much he hates her, tells us that we need to drop her and stuff like that. My mother's actions have never really had an effect on me. It was just really how annoyed and angry I would be since they could never get along.
Something that made it worse was at the time my best friend was not the nicest person to me either.
She abandoned me to go hang out with her other friends. I was walking around the schoolyard and then I met who some people know as Box. We instantly got along and that's where our friendship started. We have been best friends for years, and if you're wondering why I'm mentioning this, I'm going to tell you now. She introduced me to two people who would become my friends, and we were like a mini friend group. It's been like that for years, but recently me and one person started fighting. That person has since stopped being my friend. Ever since that person stopped being friends with me, they would talk about me behind my back and cause a huge split in the friend group. This obviously wasn't the best thing for the group or me. And since then, I've become an extremely defensive person. I don't warm up to people often, and if anyone is hurting my friends or being rude, I will be rude back. I have done tons of research and I'm 95% sure I have a disorder called BPD, and that could explain my behavior problems if you look up what that means. Now, I have gotten myself into a couple of dramas, which I'll go over quickly. The Yoil Lexi drama. Basically, after me and Yoil became really close, I knew things about her mental health that she didn't share online at the time. And when Lexi came into the picture, constantly tracing and stealing, this would affect Yoil greatly, and since she wasn't able to do anything about it, since she wasn't mentally prepared, I took matters into my own hands. I called her out and we would go back and forth up until Lexi's channel got deleted. The thing is, Lexi started sympathy baiting and got a bunch of people on her side. Those people started attacking me. I would obviously defend myself, and because of that, people have seen me as an aggressive person ever since. The religious views drama. Basically, around late 2024, early 2025, I was really transphobic. There was this one person who I misgendered during the Lexi drama, and a couple of months after the Lexi drama ended, the person, for some reason, decided to bring up the fact I misgendered them. They would make hate posts about it, so I counterattacked that with hate posts too. But I used the excuse that my religion doesn't allow me to support trans people. And I really shouldn't have said that. At the time, I was heavily religious and I was forced into having religious beliefs. I was told that all trans people were horrible and I couldn't support them. I am no longer religious. I am now a trans person myself, and I have apologized privately to everyone I have misgendered. Okay, 3. The Fishcake OCX canon drama. Okay, so me and Fishcake literally don't want people to bring this up, but people bring it up anyway, so I thought I'd explain and set some boundaries. Basically, sometime in 2025, one of my fans started doing OCX canon with the character, and I thought it was weird because of my past experiences that I'm not going to get into. I commented about how I thought it was weird, blah blah blah. I apologized in private, and we actually do get along really well now. We don't want people talking about this, so stop bringing it up. I support OCX canon and you Shippers now.
I just wanted to also add that I know a lot of people in the Yoil Cake J Discord server dislike me because I have come off as rude and my ideas and my past controversial opinions may have offended them or made them dislike me, and I'd like to sincerely apologize for all of that. I do know that a lot of people in there hold grudges, and I don't think that's okay because I have apologized to every situation that I've been told I've been doing wrong in, and people do enjoy, for some reason, starting unnecessary fights with me there just because they dislike me. I've lost a lot of friends due to this, and I don't want to lose any more, so I am genuinely really sorry if I had made you upset with anything that I have said. I do have to come off as passive-aggressive towards members because I am a mod, and if I'm trying to be soft or anything, that usually doesn't put the idea of something in their head, so I have to come off as passive-aggressive. But I really mean no harm, and I know that a lot of the time in the Rants and Debates channel, I say some takes that would be considered controversial in some cases, and I would like to apologize for those also. I am really sorry about those because I am raised in a household where a lot of bad political views are forced onto me and stuff like that. I do try to educate myself as best as I can, but my school doesn't teach me much about politics. They refuse to. and my dad doesn't really enjoy me knowing much about like politics and stuff, so that is a problem when it comes to me having political views, though I do try my best to have the ones that are definitely against Trump, and I try my best to be like woke and stuff. But yeah, and I do think that a lot of the time people in that server actually just get randomly mad at me just because of my past views on stuff, which I have certainly dropped by now. They do hold grudges against stuff that I've already said and apologized for before, and they get mad at me for the smallest things. This is not a real scenario, this is just hypothetical. If someone were to say, I like cheeseburgers, does anybody else like them or not like them? And if I were to say, like, sorry, I don't like them, well, I do like cheeseburgers, but anyway, if I were to say like, sorry, no, I don't like them, then people would like have a go at me for that, which is not okay. And I do think that a lot of unnecessary grudges are held, and I do think that if you can find it in yourself to drop these grudges and forgive me, because I am changing, and you're not letting me change by holding these grudges. So if you can find it to forgive me and drop these grudges, then I do think that we would be able to get along fine, and you wouldn't be seeing much of this behavior from me. Because I do also see that a lot of the time people in there try to provoke me by getting their friends to gang up on me when I say something that they specifically don't like and such. But I am very sorry if I have made anyone offended or upset with anything I've said. I never intend to, and if I do in future say anything rude or something like that, just please inform me and don't just give out, because that's going to like help me understand nothing when it comes to the thing, when it comes to what you're trying to say. I know earlier I said that I had to be passive aggressive to be a mod, but that's just to push like rules and stuff. This is like a different thing. If you're trying to teach me about something, then you're going to have to be civil about it at least. But again, I am really, really sorry if I have offended you over anything I've said in the server, and I'm trying my best to be a kinder person.
Sorry for that, like, long, kind of unscripted kind of thing. That was really unscripted. I was just kind of bawling. But anyway, and that's basically it. Now, I have also been rude in Your Cake J's Discord server, but like normal, I usually apologize for that in private and stuff, so that is normally sorted out quickly. I just wanted to say now that I am extremely sorry for all of my behavior. I was really immature back then, and I'm trying to work on becoming a better person, but I can't do that if people keep holding grudges against me for things I've sorted out. I'm going to try my best to stay out of drama and somehow fix my social image. There are some things in this video that I didn't mention, but the video would be way too long if I did mention them, so I won't, but just know that I am extremely sorry for it all. I'm also not speaking up about this because I've been called out or anything. I haven't. I just felt like I needed to address it and apologize. I hope you can forgive me, I guess, and I hope you have a good day. Okay, bye.